Hello and welcome to our final Seneca Scout broadcast of the 2022-23 school year. I'm Alex Palmieri, and you'll be seeing our entire crew throughout tonight's show. This semester, we've worked hard to bring you national and international stories you may have missed, but we've tried especially hard to share Seneca Valley-based stories and bring you a variety of perspectives. For our final show, we have several excellent videos to dive deep into more local happenings as well as other news. We begin tonight by taking a look at one of the biggest events the district has to offer each year. So here's a special presentation I prepared on the early stages of the Seneca Valley all-school musical, Mary Poppins. The annual all-school musical has been a welcome staple here at Seneca Valley for countless years. The school spares no expense when it comes to putting together an astounding show for students, parents, family, friends, and anyone that wants to come see. And even though it's still very early in production, it's set to be no exception to that trend. With Seneca's production of the Disney classic Mary Poppins on the horizon, I had the opportunity to sit down with Miss Amber Hughes, one of the show's producers, to hear her thoughts on the upcoming show.
So my name is Amber Hughes, and I am the producer of the all-school musical, and also I work backstage as the stage manager. So I've been working on shows at Seneca since my first year here, which was about 20 years ago. My second year here, I was asked to join the all-school musical as the stage manager, and then just this year I took over as producer. So we actually start planning the musical in August. We have to choose a show, I have a co-producer, Mrs. Kavanaugh, and we work very closely with the director, with the choreographer, with the technical director, and come up with an idea for a show. We start doing that in August. We have production meetings. In October, we hold auditions. We have all the students come in and audition for the different parts. We have a callback situation as well. We post the cast list, and then starting in January, we begin rehearsals. So it's almost a full year process. So I've been involved in musicals since I was a student here at Seneca Valley. I actually went to high school here, and participating in the musical was the highlight of my school year. And so it was really awesome for me to come back and be offered an opportunity to work on the all-school musical, basically my second year here. And it's just about, to me, it's about creating those memories for the students and making something that they'll remember from high school, because I don't remember sitting in classes, I don't remember what I learned in science class, but I have just amazing memories of working on those musicals.
Miss Hughes isn't alone on that. Members of the very talented student ensemble share a very similar sentiment.
I'm Izzy Mishchik, and I am an ensemble member in the Mary Poppins musical. My favorite part of being in the musical is definitely just like the performing aspect, because I usually don't do anything outside of school for that, and also just being around my friends and getting to hang out with them in the process. So, yeah.
My name is Aaron, and I am a banker and a chimney sweep in the musical. My favorite part is probably getting up on stage, hanging out with my friends, and just having fun, really.
Nice. Mary Poppins premieres the night of Thursday, March 2nd, with several more shows throughout the following weekend. We encourage you to stop by and support all the hard work done by the students and teachers alike for this very exciting show. Thank you for joining us for a wonderful season of the Seneca Scout, and we hope to see you again when new episodes hit the air. This is Alex Palmieri with the Seneca Scout, signing off.
Once again, good evening. I'm Gavin Kress.
And I'm Taylor Bowers.
Please be sure to go see Mary Poppins. That was a wonderful video. And we would like to thank our loyal viewers for watching us over this past semester. But this is the last show of the semester. We'll be back next year, though.
Yep. Be sure to tune in next year and finish the show. Over the past few weeks, art students have been submitting work to be judged in the Scholastic Art Show. The show is national, however, students will be initially judged regionally. Students can submit work in painting, drawing, ceramics, comic art, digital design, fashion, and even editorial cartooning. Local jurors will select pieces for shows based on originality, skill, and personal voice, and selected artwork will be awarded gold and silver keys as well as honorable mentions. 2023 marks the show's 100th year in operation and has been a long-standing tradition here at Seneca Valley. We checked in with Mr. Wolfslayer to learn more.
Seneca Valley has participated with the Scholastic Art Show for as long as I can remember. I'm going back to even when I went to high school here, the Scholastic Art Show was still a big deal, and it was a way to, enter your work with peers of your age from other school districts. And the type of artwork that Scholastic looks for is really like a personal voice. The ultimate pieces, I think, that are submitted and have success show the students like personal artistic style and a voice emerging within their work. It's highly individualized and creative, and there's not really any other show like that. My favorite part of the Scholastic Art Show is the opportunity it provides for students to really put their work out. Many art students work diligently on their work and put in hours and hours of time and think about it constantly and think about it beyond the classroom. And for the Scholastic Show to be around and an opportunity for students to exhibit is great. That's why I participate with it.
The results will be announced on or before January 26th, and these pieces will be shown on February 25th at Carnegie Mellon University's Hall of Fine Arts.
Turning to technology, artificial intelligence has made headlines recently for its furtherment of prominence in our daily lives. It has become an integral part of daily life, used in everything from transportation to healthcare and education. In employment, websites such as OpenAI's ChatGPT have given the people the ability to interact with such machine learning systems. Despite this technology being in its infancy, the impact on people is no doubt. From writing code to creating artwork, artificial intelligence is growing rapidly, and its capabilities widening. Many people, however, are rather uncertain about what exactly AI is. Now let's turn to see some student input regarding this topic.
Artificial intelligence in recent times has gone from a novel concept to a grounded reality. Its broad application into our society has given it an opportunity to grow and fermented to further its capabilities. The ability to teach a computer to interpret grants anyone untold power to harness as they please. Let's talk more about how it works and get others' thoughts regarding it. Firstly, let's ask ourselves, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is the ability for something artificial, i.e. a computer, to process, analyze, and interpret a prompt, and give a response. The fundamental difference between a chatbot, which goes back to the 60s, and the responses is that they are not predetermined. With an artificially intelligent system, the output is up to the system rather than being scripted out by a programmer.
Really, I guess it's about having it's easier for us, having artificial intelligence make it easier. For example, on a computer, you try and type in something, and it was just right there.
Machine learning.
They're able to help do certain jobs.
Managing these businesses to scale.
Artificial intelligence can come up with new jobs, new ideas.
The host framework.
Let's just say a lot of scientists use it to discover new things, maybe stuff smaller than atoms, maybe some new diseases.
Mainframes.
One positive impact of AI, I think, would be the artistic value of it and how artists and anyone that creates things can use it.
An example of a modern-day AI system is OpenAI's ChatGPT. It functions like a chatbot in that it takes a string input, though it contrasts in that it is able to analyze data and doesn't output predetermined responses. ChatGPT has been fed all information on the internet up to 2022, which means its capability to respond is great. This also means that the team behind ChatGPT must work very hard to scale its system. Between storing all this data as well as accommodating all the users proves incredibly difficult. ChatGPT has a wide variety of applications. Between writing paragraphs to writing code, it can accommodate a variety of use cases. The furthering of systems such as this one will give the ability for ChatGPT to grow in knowledge and capability to better serve its users. Let's discuss some downsides of an AI system. There can be several downsides to artificial intelligence. As with every tool, it can be used for both good and bad. One downside is the ability for machine learning systems to provide users with potentially harmful information. Between malicious code to blueprints for weapons, these systems warrant a sense of moderation to keep the better interest of society in mind. It is important to acknowledge these systems don't interpret data like we do. It cannot pass moral judgment on what is good or bad for those who use the technology.
One negative impact is that maybe once AI gets good enough, they would be able to take people's jobs.
Neural networks.
There could be a virus that can go into this artificial intelligence, which will create a bunch of chaos, let's just say.
It's simple Python, of course.
Without proper boundaries, it can tell you very dangerous information, and even with proper boundaries, there are ways to get loopholes with that information.
Image generators.
We might rely on it too much, the point where we become lazy and not like de-evolutionize as a society.
Server management.
It can create job loss, replace important jobs that maybe humans can't do.
Algorithms.
At the end of the day, artificial intelligence is a tool. As any other, it can be used for either good or bad. Understanding how AI systems work is incredibly important, as they will only continue to become more and more prominent in our daily lives. With this understanding, we can expand this technology with a good moral framework.
Thanks for that awesome package, Caleb.
It was wonderful. Anyways, moving forward in our news show, many students rolled into school this morning, tired and looking for a pick-me-up. So they go to the Raider Roast, indicated at the front of the senior high school, and grab a coffee. But many of the students don't know the story behind the Raider Roast. Seneca Scouts Taylor Bowers took a look behind the scenes to tell us what the purpose behind this wonderful in-house coffee shop is.
The Raider Roast is Seneca Valley's very own personal cafe. Open till the morning, till third period. Anyone is welcome to come down, order their favorite drink and or food item. And the best part is that it's ran entirely by students.
Hi, my name is Nick.
My name's Noah.
Isaac Ziegler.
Hi, my name is Jaden.
I like the Raider Roast because it's fun.
And I like looking at Raider Roast.
Well, the Raider Roast having for my future.
Raider Roast, start working there in 9th grade.
Helps people out in the community when they get older.
We do make stuff like the prep does. It's just kind of like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, but except it's cheaper.
My favorite thing about it is working there, and it's fun making stuff and talking to the students and having a good fun.
And I like working with all the peak students.
It's going to help me out by communicating with people.
Acting as a huge learning resource in these students' lives, I spoke to teachers Ms. Pyle and Ms. Weimer to learn more about the goals and origins of the Raider Roast.
The Raider Roast was open in February of 2017. It started actually as a classroom experience as part of our vocational readiness class, and then we expanded and opened up the Raider Roast officially at that time for students to have the opportunity to serve their peers in a different space. When we first started, it was primarily for staff only and our central office staff, but then when we opened in February, that became available for all students within the senior high school.
So what I do at the Raider Roast is I partner up with one of the job coaches that is here. We have 5 incredible job coaches that work with our students here at the Raider Roast. So some of the things that the coaches and I do are preparing the students for work outside of school. So learning how to work a cash register, learning how to use the tools of a barista, greeting customers. So just all those basic work skills that they can have under their belt before they go out into the community and have a job after graduation.
The purpose of Raider Roast is for students to gain vocational experiences on campus and build their job skills while learning to work at a competitive environment so that eventually they can transfer those skills into the community.
Over the past 20 years, I was an elementary teacher at CVE, and the district was looking for someone that could support the growth of this program. So we have doubled our students.
And all of the funds that we raise here at the Raider Roast are given back to the students for other vocational experiences on and off campus as well.
I think this is a great program, and I'm very proud of it.
Through the Raider Roast, students are able to learn communication skills, how to handle money, and time management, every day posing a new challenge. If you haven't gotten the chance to stop down and say hi to the people at the Raider Roast, be sure to. My name is Taylor Bowers, and this has been your Seneca Scout Debriefing.
Thank you for that, Taylor. And continuing with our theme of inclusive activities that let our students with intellectual disabilities shine, we turn to Seneca Valley's Unified Sports Bocce team. The team, consisting of over a dozen SV students, had its first home game against Knox on Wednesday night. Unified Sports Bocce is excited to begin their 6th year as a school sport at Seneca Valley. This program has worked to develop both skills and relationships for students with and without disabilities. The goal is always to play unified. Playing unified means to provide an opportunity for all students to have an equal opportunity to participate in high school athletics activities with their peers. Through this program, the athletes and partners strive to participate in competitive athletics while spreading the message of inclusion within their schools. Seneca took the first frame from Knox, but ultimately lost, though the competition is secondary to the excitement of playing with friends and opponents alike. Seneca Valley's Unified Sports Bocce team is coached by Miss Katie Smolter and Miss Katie Wolford. Their next home match will be against Butler on February 1st.
And now we take a look at our annual event that both Arden and I personally are a part of this year. Next Thursday, Friday, the Seneca Valley documentary class will be holding its annual final project screenings. 14 of us worked on for months to dig deeper into a variety of topics and present them in an exciting and professional format. Gavin has this report. Let's turn now to him.
The SV documentary class will be having its annual documentary screening on the 19th and 20th of this month. I've checked in with a few students to see their input.
Hello, my name is Cadence Kilhoff, and the topic of my documentary is the college admissions process.
My name is Xavier Dornetto. I have filmed and edited From Colonials to Crypto. It is my documentary. It's about the evolution of U.S. currency. The process is very difficult, but it's good difficult. You have to know exactly what you're doing. After you know exactly what you're doing, you have to do all the steps to do that, which sounds very straightforward, sounds very easy, but it's real difficult, especially because it's very individualized. My topic is extremely difficult because not many people are very well in depth with economics. So I had to find people who were both knowledgeable and knew how to talk in front of a camera, which is not a great skill people have nowadays, especially people that are older working with economics, or like Cadence Kilhoff, she made a documentary about college, and most people that are older and screening people for college probably aren't good in front of a camera because they're not used to it.
It is a very long process. I started with interviews, which was a lot, and as you can see now, I'm even editing, and I've been editing for weeks. It takes so long, but I just know that the screening next week is all going to be worth it. I honestly thought that this was the film narrative class because I really wanted to make a movie, and then about the second week into school, he was telling us that we were making a documentary, and at first I was really nervous, but I'm glad I took the class. I take almost all of Mr. McCoskey's classes just because I love them, so I'll probably end up taking all of his classes by the time I graduate.
We went to a documentary screening last year, and I was really impressed with what was able to be done. I didn't even know it was one semester. I thought they spent a full year on it, and I was really impressed, and I was already watching documentaries, and I wanted to take the course to try to make my own. For the same reason I did. If you're interested in video, if you've had one of Mr. McCoskey's classes or not, and you just want to try it out, you can see what you should expect, because there's a wide range of them, so you can see like some people might have done better than others, but it's all around the same margins because you only have 18 weeks to do it. So it helps your expectations become more real, so you don't think you're going to do bad, you don't think you're going to do too good.
Because a student should come to the documentary screening because we all worked so hard on our documentaries. It would just be nice to get some support from family and friends because our 15-minute documentaries, we have so much footage, and all of this time just built up to this one night that we're going to be able to show everyone what we've been doing.
Thank you to Xavier and Cadence for that. We have stories ranging from World War II veterans to the history of currency in the U.S. Please be sure to come out and support your peers in this wonderful show.
Thank you to Gavin for making that wonderful package. And thank you to our viewers for being here for all of our shows this year. And be sure to tune in next year. And special thanks to Heather Mangus and Leilani for helping us out with our show. And have a great second semester.